Welcome, 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 and thank you for joining us on OB in Action. I am Justin Woodard.
And I am Kim Houston.
Each week, our show covers special reporting on organizational behavior across the City of Atlanta's business community.
In today's episode, we will discuss a few organizational behaviors that you may encounter on the job. But to start, what exactly is organizational behavior? Organizational behavior is the study of human behavior in an organization. It is about understanding more about organizational communication, structures, systems, and overall understanding of how people and groups behave in an organization. The goal is to better understand the influence of employee behavior in organizations and help explain and predict behavior.
So when you say understand and influence my behavior, then that could incorporate what beliefs and perceptions or bias I bring into an organization. Is that right, Kim?
That's correct, Justin, and brings us to our first segment of the day. Let's watch an example of OB in action with Fergal Brady. Fergal will show us the bad and good side of bias in the hiring process. Let's take a look.
Thank you for applying for Acme Company. In consideration of this opportunity that we have, I haven't had a chance to go through your resume or your information, so I'm going to go through it now with you if that's okay.
Sounds great.
Great. I see you have a lot of history in accounting, which is great. And I see you went to Georgia Tech for accounting.
I did.
You did? Oh my God! Like all of our senior leadership went to Georgia Tech. We have Friday parties in this office. Everybody dresses up in yellow and black. Oh, I mean, it's just it's a crazy the excitement.
That sounds like so much fun. My whole closet's all black and yellow. The whole closet.
It is.
So I'd be wearing that a lot.
That's awesome. Hey, I noticed your name looks. Does your dad call the baseball games for Bobby Dodd?
He does.
I knew the name. I knew I did. I think you're going to fit in just perfect here.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you for coming in today for the accounting position here at Acme Company.
And thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Our employment process was, I think before now, you had 3 different tests: the personality test, competency test, and a work product that you submitted in. We've taken all that information. We've reviewed all that information in your background. And today it's great to have the same candidates, or we chose a few candidates to come in for this face-to-face interview, of which we're going to ask you 10 questions. I'm going to go ahead and let you take a look at the 10 questions now. The same 10 questions will be asked of every candidate. This way we'll avoid any miscommunication. And these answers we will score, or I'll score afterwards, and then all of that compiled with your test, then we'll kind of invite you back for the final or the best candidate for the position at the end, and that's how we go through this. So if you're ready, we can go through these 10 questions.
Yeah, that's great. Let's
Great.
go.
Let's go.
Fantastic review of OB in action. We saw an example of similarity bias in recruiting, and this can be overlooked and result in the hiring of similar people.
I agree, Justin. The second video displays the correct process for reviewing candidates' skills by collecting data via work samples, tests, and standardizing interviews.
It's very important. So next up, our senior reporter, Nana Mazul, contrasts age bias, one of the most common behaviors observed in workplace. Let's take a look. It should be fun.
Thank you. I'm here with Dan and Kayla to get their take on how they work. How do you take notes in meetings and keep track of assigned tasks?
Oh, classic pen and paper. I mean, I think that's the best way to do it.
I use my iPad, that way everything's in one place and it's a lot quicker.
Now, what would you do when you're faced with a problem that you haven't seen before?
I would do my own research, try to solve it on my own. And if I can't do that, I would reach out to a colleague for some advice.
I think I'd probably Google it. That way I can get the information I need right away and it would be a lot quicker.
Now, most jobs require you to think outside the box. What would you do in that situation?
Well, you have to think outside the box. I mean, how else can you be innovative?
I'd probably try Google again. I mean, honestly, it has all the information you need right there. You don't really have to, go too far to get what you need.
Google again?
Yeah, that's why people put stuff on Google, so that you can use it later and not have to constantly be thinking of new things.
But outside the box?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where you get ideas from other people.
Okay. What type of training would you prefer your company offer?
Oh, hands-on, face-to-face for sure. Those kind of experiences are the best way to learn something new.
I like virtual training. That way I can do it at home. I can get it done whenever I have time, and then I don't have to worry about it later at work.
Now, if you have a conflict with one of your coworkers, how do you resolve it?
Oh, immediate, direct. Go up to the person and talk about it. And if I can't even find them, I would call them just to get it resolved ASAP.
I'd probably shoot him a text. It would get done right away, and you can just kind of resolve the issue immediately, and you're good to go.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much.
Awesome. So we're done, right? We're all good? All right. Thank you
Oh,
so
wait,
much.
wait. I hate millennials.
There you have it. It's clear to see the different approaches generations take. Back to you, Kim.
Thank you, Nana. Justin, you were right. That was fun. Can we all just get along?
That's so true, Kim. Ageism is a common threat in many organizations. The negative perception of persons based on an age can influence some damaging stereotypes, and that can prevent a cohesive working environment that really limits the effectiveness of an organization. But it also makes for great movies.
I agree, it does. It reminds me of that movie, The Intern, with Robert De Niro and Anne Hathaway. Robert De Niro portrays a 70-year-old intern, and the millennials didn't initially make it easy for him. But in the end, they learned and realized there was something that could be learned from a more senior employee.
This just in. A report was just released outlining that Paul Zak, the renowned American neuroeconomist, claims that in his recent article, The Neuroscience of Trust, that shots of oxytocin appear to increase trust in strangers? Can this be true, Kim? We better take a closer look at this.
Man, I've been reading this article, The Neuroscience of Trust by Paul Zak, and it says that oxytocin causes your trust levels to go up. I want my trust levels to go up. I wonder if I give myself a shot of this oxytocin, if that'll work for me. Let me try it. Hi. What is that noise? Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, I thought I lived here.
Oh,
I'm trying to get in.
Oh, you thought you lived here? Oh, I believe you. Let me help.
No, Justin, that is not exactly what Paul Zak was talking about. His research details the relationship between trust and economic performance, and that there's a connection to the production of oxytocin in our brain and trust. One behavior, public recognition, is an example that promotes oxytocin and results in stronger trust. Let's take another look.
I have an announcement to make. Reese has completed a huge goal in her career. She just got her Amazon AWS Solution Architect Professional certification. Everyone give her a big round of applause. Huge accomplishment. Congrats.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, get back to work.
I can't believe he just did that in front of everyone. I feel so good. My trust levels are through the roof.
And Justin, that is an excellent example of trust driven by increased oxytocin levels.
Come on, Kim. The second one was obviously a fake.
Indeed. Well, this was another great week with OB in action. We reviewed important areas of organizational behavior, like bias in the recruitment process, the perception of a person based on age, and neuroscience of trust in action.
Yes, Kim, it really was interesting to see the contrast to the right and the wrong way to handle these important behaviors in an organization. Our challenge to your organization is this: be aware of these common behaviors in your organization.
And how can you help lead and influence your company to change? Well, folks, that's it for tonight. From our organization to yours.
Be on your best behavior.